Fifth grade Excel, lesson 66. We're going to be learning about adding and subtracting decimal numbers today. So read along with me, won't you? Whenever decimal numbers are added or subtracted, the decimal points must be lined up. This is super important. You must, whoa, getting kind of crazy over here. Oh, did it again. Okay, the decimal points must be lined up. You cannot have the decimal point being off to one side compared to the number next to it. We'll take a look at that in a second. Also, any whole number has an assumed decimal point. What we mean by that is like the number 3 can be written as 3, or it can be written as 3.0 or 3.00. It doesn't matter how many decimal points you put, or how many zeros you put after that decimal point, it's still equal to 3. Decimal numbers can be read in the following manner. A little review here how to say decimal numbers. This can be said as 3.42, or the better way of saying it, I think, is 3 and 42 hundredths. 3 and, for the decimal point, 42 hundredths. Now think about how you would say this one right here without reading it. Well, you'd say 4.01, or you could call that 4 and 1 hundredth. All right, let's go ahead and get started on some addition and subtraction of decimals. The first one is 4 and 65 hundredths, take away 2 hundredths. Notice that the decimal point here and the decimal point here are lined up straight, one on top of the other. 5 minus 2 is equal to 3, 6 minus 0 is 6, 4 take away nothing is 4. Bring the decimal point straight down into your answer right there. It's lined up and it goes straight down to the answer. Easy cheesy, right? Here's 3.71 minus 0.2, or 3 and 71 hundredths minus 2 tenths. Notice again, the decimal points here are lined up, one on top of the other, and there's a decimal point down here in the answer. Some kids, when they do this, they would put 3.71 minus 0.2, like they're used to doing, where they have everything lined up against this right edge. That would be incorrect, because these two decimal points are not lined up with each other. You have this decimal point here that's basically lined up with that spot, and that would not be correct. So don't do it this way here. Anyway, once you have it lined up, you just do 1 take away nothing is 1, 7 minus 2 is 5, and 3 take away nothing is 3. And you pop the decimal point in there and get 3 and 51 hundredths. Go ahead and try, why don't you try numbers 3 and 4 on your own. Pause the video, turn it back on when you're ready to see the solution. Alright, you should have done 2 minus 2 is 0, 9 minus 5 is 4. Bring the decimal point straight down. 8 minus 7 is 1. So the answer is 1 and 40 hundredths. Notice there's no dollar sign in there. It does look like money, but there's no dollar sign in the problem, so therefore there's no dollar sign in the answer. On the next one, decimal points are lined up. 8 take away nothing is 8. 7 take away 1 is 6. Decimal point, 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. All right, go ahead and pause the video and try 5 and 6. And notice on this one, like they showed you up here, that 3 is equal to 3.0 or 3.00. This 2 is equal to 2.00, just like that. All right, pause the video, do 5 and 6, turn it back on when you're ready for the solutions. Here we go. 1 minus 0 is 1. 2 minus 0 is 2. 8 minus 2 is 6. Decimal point comes straight down right to there. 6 and 21 hundredths. 3 minus 1 is 2. 0 take away 0 is 0. Bring that decimal point straight down, and 5 take away nothing is equal to 5. All right, now we're going to go to some addition problems. And again, the decimal points are lined up. This 2 is equal to 2.00. We have decimal point, straight down to the decimal point, straight down to the decimal point, which means the decimal point is going to be right here in your answer. Go ahead and do this problem with me. 0 plus 0 plus 2 is equal to 2. 2 plus 7, with a 0 in there, is equal to 9. 1 plus 2 plus 4 is equal to 7 when you add those together. So the answer is 7.92. All right, pause the video. Why don't you go ahead and do all the rest of these, 8 all the way down through 12. Turn the video back on when you're ready to see the solutions. All right, our first solution, number 8, 2 is equal to 2.00. So we add these together. 9 plus 3 is 12. Carry the 1. 8 plus 1 is equal to 9. Decimal point comes straight down. 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. I almost wrote 2 there. All right, on the next one, we just add straight down. This 3 could be 3.00. The 0.4 could be 0.40. Those zeros are not sandwiched in between the decimal point and another digit, and so those zeros are really meaningless. We can add on as many as we want to for free. So 2 plus 0 is equal to 2. 6 plus 4 is equal to 10. You finally had to regroup here. 1 plus 1 plus 3 is equal to 5. Decimal point comes straight down. 5 2/100. By the way, if you don't put the decimal point in there, you have the answer of 502, and that is a completely wrong answer. It's not close to being right. It's totally wrong. You have to have that decimal point in there. 6 plus 5 is equal to 11. Carry the 1. 9 plus 1 is 10. Plus 3 is 13. Carry the 1. Let's bring that decimal point straight down. And we have 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Number 11, 8 plus nothing, and nothing is equal to 8. This 5 is 5.00. 7 plus 4 is equal to 11. Carry the 1. 5, 1, and 1 makes 7. And we got to put the decimal point in straight down. Notice how dark I put my decimal point so that the teacher has absolutely no excuse to miss what I've written right there. It's just as plain as day. All right, the next one, 7, nothing, and nothing. We've got 7. 8 and 6 is 14, plus 4 is 18. Carry the 1. 3, 2, and 1 is equal to 6. Put a decimal point in there, straight down. All right, moving on. Oh, went too far. Okay, remember, whenever you add or subtract decimal numbers, you must line up the decimal points. Super important. Tenths will be added or subtracted with tenths. The ones with ones and the tens with tens and so on. If you don't line up the decimal point, you might be adding, and let me show you that to you right here. Let's say you're doing 3.25 plus 0.6. Well, this is 6/10, right? And that's 2/10 right here. When I'm adding this together, I'm adding the 5 and the 6 together. Well, that 5 is not tenths, that's 5/100ths. And I'm adding that to 6/10. If I were to do the 5 plus 6 is 11 right there. I can't do that. I can't add tenths and hundredths together. Those are two completely different values, two different things. Because any whole number has an assumed decimal point, you can write 4 as either 4.0, 4.00, all have the same value. Review of what we just talked about before. Problems given in horizontal form, horizontal is side to side like that, are much easier to solve if they are changed to vertical. That means up and down. You may find that adding zeros helps you to line up everything correctly. So what we want you to do, anytime you see a problem written side to side or horizontally, you need to rewrite the problem vertically. So 4.2 plus 0.67, they wrote 4.20, they added a 0 in there, plus 0.67. And it's a good idea to put that 0 there. Now we've got our decimal points lined up perfectly right here. 0 plus 7, 2 plus 6, 4 plus nothing. 4.87 is my answer. Let's do this next one together. This is a subtraction problem. Don't copy what I'm about to write right now. So you cannot write 2.85 down here because it's not 0.2 minus 2.85. It's the other way around. So we have to put the 2.85 up here. All right, I'm going to get rid of all this, so hopefully you're paying attention because it's all going bye-bye. Here we go. So I'm going to put the 2.85 right here. Notice I lined up the decimal point. I draw a line. I'm subtracting. 5 take away nothing is 5. 8 minus 2 is 6. Decimal point. 2 take away nothing is 2 right there. All right, I want you to try just number 15 on your own. Pause the video, turn it back on when you're ready to see the solution. All right, to do this one, this 3, you should call that 3.00. And I'm going to write that above here. If you wrote it below, that's fine, as long as you have the decimal points lined up. And then I'm going to put 0.2 right here, or 0.20. You need to write this up and down. If you just left it the way it is, that's not okay. I want you to show your work vertically. 0 plus 7 plus 0 is 7. 6 plus 2 is 8. And 3 plus nothing is 3. 3.87. Look and see if you have that exact answer. The decimal point must be right between the 3 and the 8. All right, pause the video. Go ahead and do 16 through 18. Turn it back on when you're ready for the solutions. Here we go. 4.35 take away 0.20. I have to have that number under there, or you could have written the 4.35 up here. Either way, it's the same thing. 5 minus 0 is 5. 3 minus 2 is 1. 4 take away nothing is equal to 4. All right, let's go on to number 17. You should have stuck the 0.3 somewhere close to that 2.1. The decimal points need to be lined up, and when you add them together, you get 4 and 2 right there. 2.4 is your final answer. And then on this next one, this is addition as well, and so we're going to put 0.38, and this is like 0.60. Add those together and you get 8. 3 plus 6 is 9, so the answer is 0.98. Thanks for watching.